Okay. Same class as the last video. Everyone's waving to me. No, move over! Okay, I'm going to do the source of great nightmares for chemistry students. Okay? They keep waving at me. And when I teach physics, and I tell the students that they don't have to worry about significant figures, the entire class does this enormous sigh of relief. Chemistry is very much tied to significant figures, accuracy, precision, correct? There will be times when we have sig, fig, safe zones, okay? Yes? But there will be times when I require significant figures to be understood and identified. Now, when we did one of our early lectures, we identified how you figure out what a significant figure is. And we did it by reading an instrument, a scale, correct? But what happens if you're not reading the scale? A significant figure is something that comes from a scale. But what happens if I just give you the measurement? And what happens if I give you the measurement that contains significant and insignificant figures? So you have to be able to take a measurement and identify which figures are significant and which figures are not. Because if you're going to apply the rule which says addition and subtraction, the answer must have the same uncertainty as the least uncertain or the least precise measurement used in the operation, addition and subtraction, correct? So you have to be able to know, you have to be able to identify which is the least which is the least precise. And then if you're multiplying two measurements, your answer can only be as accurate as the least accurate value. You have to be able to identify significant figures because you have to know which measurement is least accurate, correct? So isn't it logical to assume, therefore, that given these 6 values, you have to be able to identify significant figures? Okay? Now, I may be off camera when I do this a little bit, but you'll hear my voice, okay? And I'm going to go through my rules. Okay? Yes? You can take these down or wait till you get home and look at this at home and take it down then. You know, you don't have to take notes. That's the beauty of the videos because you can take notes later or just listen to it again, right? Excellent. So the first rule is this, that any digit, now how many digits are there? There's 10 digits, 0 through 9. Correct? 10 digits, correct? Now, the first rule is any non-zero digit, which is most of them, is always significant. So these are non-zero numbers. Clear? Did I miss any? Yes? You get that? Yes. Now, the next one is kind of like a corollary to the first one. We're going to call it 1 sub A, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And that is that any 0 with a bar over it is significant. Any 0 with a bar over it. So just 1, correct? Yes? Okay. The next one is, now this is a tough one. Now think carefully. I'm going to repeat this several times. You ready? A 0 that is to the right of the decimal point and is a final digit is significant. Any 0 to the right of the decimal point and is a final digit is significant. Raise your right hands, everybody. Excellent. You all know. So the right of the decimal is on that side, correct? Okay, and it's a final digit. Is that 0? That's a final digit, isn't it? Is it to the right or the left of the decimal point? Left. To the left. The decimal point is understood to be there, right? Yeah. Okay. How about this one? Is that a final digit after the decimal point? Yes. Yes, so it's significant. How about this one?
No.
No. No. No. Yes. You get that? Shall I repeat that once more? A 0 that is to the right of the decimal and is a final digit. That 0 is significant. Are you with me on that? Okay. God bless Jordan. Excellent country. I'd like to go there someday. Amman?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Pictures of Amman on a hill. Gorgeous. Okay. Now, any zeros that are between two identified significant figures are significant. Any zeros that are between two identified significant figures. Significant figure, significant figure. My head is a 0. Is my head significant? Absolutely. Get it? All right? So, do we have any here? Nope. Oh, right there. Yes?
Yes.
How about here?
No.
Yeah.
No. Any 0 between two identified significant figures. Isn't that between two identified significant figures?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
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 No.
No.
Yep. That one. And another. All.
Now, the last one, really weird. This is like a Darcy special. Are you ready? Are you ready? Really weird. Any 0 that is bound on the right by a written-in decimal, not an understood decimal. Any 0 that is bound on the right by only a written-in decimal. Any 0 that is bound on the right by a written-in decimal point, and on the left by a significant figure somewhere on the left. That 0 is significant. Is that written in? No. 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 Is that written in? Yes. It's written in a written-in decimal point on the right only, and a significant figure somewhere on the left.
Yes.
Okay? Nope. So we have to go back and apply the rule that says any zeros between two identified significant figures are significant. Therefore, that one. Okay? Now remember, let's find out what we'll use black. Okay? We're going to write the accuracy as a rating based on the number of significant figures. How many significant figures are in each of the following? Let me erase this because it might confuse you, okay? Okay. How many are here? 4.
5.
3. Where do you get 5 from?
Because the last 5. Oh, no.
They're not, they've not, and I'll address that in a moment. You're saying, well, what are they there for? Okay?
1, 3, 3, and 7.
So he's going, this guy over here is going, well, wait a second. Well, they're there. Why aren't they significant? Well, this is the answer. It's going to be in 2 parts. I am not going, nor should you, prove a negative. Why aren't they significant? I'm not going to do that. So if they haven't been identified using the rules I gave you, they're not significant. This is not rocket science. Trust me. Next year, I teach you rocket science. The guy in the back is going, yes, this is not rocket science. Next year, we do rocket science. This is not rocket science, okay? So if I don't identify them as significant, they're not significant, and I really don't care why they're not significant. But I will say this, they do have a use. In other words, they're used, what we say in science is they're placeholders. What's the place value of that 1 that I'm pointing to? Thousandths place, right? If those zeros didn't exist, then that would not have the proper place value. So they're called place value holders. Place value holders. That 0 is just formatted. That's a formatting 0. You know where that came in? When I was in 3rd grade. If you're watching and you're over 50, you remember the new math. Well, part of the new math, I was in 3rd grade, was instead of writing a decimal like this, they said, well, let's put a 0 here. Makes it look better. That's part of the new math. So you can always identify new math and old math. I'm part of the new math, so I always say 0 point. Okay? I always put a 0 there. But people before the 1960s just would put 0.00100. Go figure. Okay? Now, one last thing before we leave, okay? I want to identify what is the uncertainty of each of these measurements. Just as an exercise, okay? And then we'll leave, okay? I hear people in the hallway, all right? Clear? Okay. I'm going to do this quickly, okay? You ready? Okay. Let's do blue. Blue. A fine color blue. You ready? Is it all on? Yes? Thousands, thousandths, thousands, tens, ones, 10,000s. Have I made a mistake? Is that good? Is that a little clearer based on your readings? Now, you're going to say you have a lot of homework, but not really. If you do your homework a little bit each night, do you have a lot of homework?
No.
When are you going to wait to start your homework? Next week?
Right now.
You know what? 2 weeks from now, start your homework. Does that sound like a good thing? No, I don't give daily homework. I treat you like college students, but I grade you like high school students, and I expect you to start your work now. You have any questions? We'll start every period with questions on the homework. We're off. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Have a great weekend.
Something to go.